there was a vehicle that was directly. Don't need no trouble, do we, buddy? Looks like we got a little beaver dam up here too. We actually have company. Boone. Boone. Could get a little western, guys. Stand by. All right, guys, here's my camp right here by the water underneath the bridge. And then let's go upstream a little bit and see what's up here. Looks like somebody got a deer down here. There's the spine. Huh. Interesting. Wonder if that was a natural kill or somebody gutted him down here. We'll never know. Here's the rest of that deer kill. Leave it. Tell the dog to leave a deer kill alone. That's funny. Good boy. Good boy. See, if we'd have tried to come over here and camp, we'd be way too visible from the road, from the bridge. So, wouldn't work. It's pretty nice down here, though. Really. Problem with where I'm at is there's not really a flat spot. So, trying to stay hidden, but also camp in a flat spot where I'm not rolling downhill the entire time is sort of the hard part. Just a peaceful, serene water source over here. Definitely wouldn't be able to kayak up here right now. The water is way too low. This is where I launched at when I went down to Horseshoe Bend on the island and stealth camped the island. This is that same water source that I started on. Sort of a small, shallow pool here. Deepest spot I've seen so far. Some shiners out there feeding. I don't want to go too far. Leave my camp unattended. Those guys are down there. See if we can get a view up here and then we'll head back. I see another log down in the creek up here. That was my nemesis on my trip, was that big log that was blocking the creek, keeping me from going down stream to get to the river. I remember that trip. I remember. Oh yeah. Pretty spot right here. Looks like we got a little beaver dam up here too. Huh. Interesting. Washed out down here to the clay. It's a little harder. Then you got bedrock mixed in there and then gravel on the other side where that kind of white line is. That's gravel. Then you got your bedrock all the way down to your clay, back to the bank. Well, I think we should head back. We don't want to leave our stuff unattended for too long. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We got a stealth camp on the Barren Fork Creek underneath this bridge. And special guests. That's right. We got Boone back with us again. And apparently, he don't care about cold water. What are you doing, buddy? Are you wet? All right, guys, stand by. This is going to be one heck of an adventure. Let's whip up some lunch. I think we'll do a couple of ramens. And then we'll add some Vienna sausages to it. All right, let's get started. I always tend to get too much water, but I got a solution for that. Stand by. Starting to warm up pretty decent now, guys. May have to shed this jacket if we're not careful, which is a good thing. Nobody wants to freeze when they're trying to enjoy themselves. All right, while we got our water heating up, let's try a new monster. We got a juice. It's supposed to be monster with energy and juice. So we're going to give that a shot. Let's see how that goes. Can looks good. Looks appealing. Well, it's not so bad. Not sure if it's going to be one of my top ones or not, but definitely doable. Not everything can be a home run, right? It's one thing that you guys will learn about me is I'm always going to be genuine. If something is on this channel, if something is good and I'm trying it out, then I'll give you my honest opinion. If something is bad, I'll also give you my honest opinion. That's just how we roll, baby. This area is not too far from my house, and it's designated for day use only. No camping. So we're going to see if we can get away with one, and we're going to try to do a little stealth camp, see what happens. And of course, we're going to document anything that happens. All right, guys. Enjoy this monster and wait for my water to heat up. We've been at a low boil for about 20 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and start cooking this. I'm surprised our cylinder hasn't run out yet. To be honest, I have a feeling this is probably going to be the last cook on it, which is fine. All right, Boone's off adventuring, but I got a special little ingredient that I'm going to add to it, and I'd like to know if any of you guys do the same thing. So I got some Vienna sausages here that I'm going to try to spice it up a little bit. These are all just plain. Got 3 different brands. The most common ones in my area are Armor and Libby's. I grew up pretty much doing Armor ones. Prairie Belt. That's new to me. I got that at Dollar General. I don't know if that's all Dollar Generals or just in my area. But anyways, we're going to do a little taste test comparison to see which one really is the best. All right, guys, let's try this Armor one first. We're actually going to dump the fluids in there. It's chicken stock. It's supposed to be. Well, it's congealed because it's too cold. All right, well, let's just see if we can get one out and we'll try it. Give it a shot here. All right, so here's the Armor one. Not bad. The stock is, the chicken broth is pretty salty, what you would expect. All right, let's try the Libby's Vienna sausages. This one, the broth is less congealed, so we're going to go ahead and try to dump it in. Okay. Getting these out is the hardest part. All right. So now we got Libby's. I think the Vienna sausages have a better flavor to them. The broth is a little bit less salty, which I don't mind that. All right. Last but not least, Prairie Belt. Let's give this one a shot. This one is a smoked sausage. Definitely has a distinct different taste. Definitely more salty. And the sausages have a little bit of a brown or orangish hue to it. Very interesting, guys. Definitely, I think the Libby's are my favorite. Which one's your favorite? Please comment below. All right, guys. Let's let this finish cooking up, and then we'll have us some ramen with some Vienna sausages in it. Had to switch out the tanks. Finally kind of gave out. Just wasn't really making any heat anymore. Didn't quite run out. It just wasn't really hot. This one's nice and hot. All right. Let that finish up for a few more minutes and we'll be ready to go. All right, guys. We're ready to serve this bad Larry up. I'm gonna go ahead and let Boone have all these Prairie Belt ones. They were okay. They weren't the best. Good boy. Good boy. Just a quick, good, easy lunch. Setting up camp. You don't want to put too much effort into something while you're trying to get everything set up. Get you some ramen. Little Vienna sausages is a pretty nice touch too. So, all right, guys. See you in just a minute when this is cooled off. Oh yeah, this is nice. Warm you up from the inside out. I guess we're fixing to have a pretty gnarly winter storm here, and I assume several places in the country, but we're going to get about 11 or 12 inches of snow in my area. That's what they're forecasting right now. It probably won't be nearly that much when it boils down to it. I've never camped in anything like that, but I'm tempted to do a camp and see how it goes. That would be pretty gnarly. I don't have a cold weather tent or anything like that, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to think about it some more. We got, I don't know, 4 days or so before it's supposed to hit, give or take a day or two. Anyways, we'll see. Oh, man. That's pretty good. All right. Finish this, and then we'll go do a little walkabout and show you around. All right, guys. I don't know if you can see, but we got visitors. We got a truck down here checking out the creek. Nothing wrong with that. Don't look like game warden or anything. Well, let's see what happens. All right, guys. Here's my camp. Right here by the water, underneath the bridge. And then let's go upstream a little bit and see what's up here. Looks like somebody got a deer down here. There's the spine. Huh. Interesting. Wonder if that was a natural kill or somebody gutted him down here. We'll never know. See, if we'd have tried to come over here and camp, we'd be way too visible from the road, from the bridge. So, wouldn't work. It's pretty nice down here, though. Really. The problem with where I'm at is there's not really a flat spot. So, trying to stay hidden, but also camp in a flat spot where I'm not rolling downhill the entire time is sort of the hard part. Here's the rest of that deer kill. Leave it. Tell the dog to leave a deer kill alone. That's funny. Good boy. Good boy. Just a peaceful, serene water source over here. Definitely wouldn't be able to kayak up here right now. The water is way too low. This is where I launched at when I went down to Horseshoe Bend on the island and stealth camped the island. This is that same water source that I started on. Sort of a small, shallow pool here. Deepest spot I've seen so far. Some shiners out there feeding. Okay. Let's see what else we can find. We don't want to leave. I don't want to leave and go too far. Leave my camp unattended. Those guys are down there still. So, see if we can get a view up here and then we'll head back. I see another log down in the creek up here. That was my nemesis on my trip, was that big log that was blocking the creek, keeping me from going downstream to get to the river. I remember that trip. I remember. Oh yeah. Pretty spot right here. Looks like we got a little beaver dam up here too. Huh. Interesting. All right. Well, I think we should head back. We don't want to leave our stuff in unattended for too long. Sure is beautiful. I bet if we sat down there, back there where the beaver dam was, we sat down there long enough, we could probably see that beaver. especially at dusk. Maybe we'll make a little trip down there and see if we can see them. You never know. Just got to be careful when it's dark out. We don't want to draw too much attention to ourselves since we're supposed to leave at sundown, technically, since we're not supposed to camp here. Well, it looks like our visitor left. That's good. That's good. All right, guys. I guess that's the end of the tour for now. See you in a little bit. All right, guys. So not only did our visitors not leave, we actually have company. Boone, come on. Boone. Boone. We actually have company now. We got 2 vehicles, and then they have a dog that they brought, which is fine. Boone, come here. I just don't want them to fight with Boone. Boone's not mean, but you don't know what other people's animals are like. Could get a little western, guys. Stand by. All right, guys, let's see if we can get a fire started here. Not bad. We don't need any trouble. Don't need no trouble, big boy. No trouble. Nope. Yep. Don't need no trouble, do we, buddy? We're just trying to have a nice, quiet camp. Yep. All right, guys, let's get this fire going. We'll sit here and enjoy it for a little while. What do you think, buddy? Huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah, fire feels good. Not too bad. Well, they're just down there watching the water, so I guess that's fine. All right, guys, we're just gonna sit here and enjoy the fire for a little while. See you in a little bit. All right, guys, let me show you what we got going on here. I forgot to defrost my meat earlier today, so doing a little defrost by the fire. Now we're gonna go gather up some firewood. Alright guys, we're getting dinner ready. Gotta wait just a minute to start cooking. I actually forgot my breakfast for in the morning. Thankfully though, my wife is gonna be able to bring it to me. So thanks to her, we'll be squared away in the morning. Then we'll start some dinner. See you in a little bit. Let's get this bad boy seasoned up here. Might be pushing the limits of my little shaker today. We'll get it done. Okay. All right. Took it all, but we got the job done. I'm gonna put just a little bit of salt on this side because I don't know if it got exactly what the other side got. Let's go ahead and start cooking this stroganoff. All right. Let's cook this steak. All right, guys. While we wait on our food, let's try this Island Wave lemonade from Calypso. We've liked all their other stuff so far. Let's try this one. Not bad. Pretty good. Oh yeah, that'll work. I give that about a B+. Still pretty good. All right, let's check on this beef stroganoff. Getting there. We got the beef stroganoff ready to go. The pork steak's finishing up on the fire. All right, let's try it. Not too shabby. All right, guys. See you when the pork steak's done. All right, guys, I know it's hard to see, but pork steak's finally done. Man, that's good. That is good. All right. I think I'm gonna have to go underneath the bridge to eat this. This light off this camera is pretty bright. and you guys won't be able to see it, but try to give you a shot here. Over to the right of the bridge, if you can see the light right there, the road curves that way. So can't have a fire under here because the cars, when they're coming this direction, they can see me. Let's see if this car right here, see if we can capture some of it. Maybe some taillights. I don't know if you saw that, but that was the taillights right there. At least there's some thin woods over there. Should be able to conceal me. Not bad at all, guys. Not bad. I'm going to try something. See if this works better. Bear with me, guys. Stand by. I don't know how much more stealthy we can get. Here's your pork steak. That'll work. A person came down on their four-wheeler earlier. I wasn't quick enough to grab the camera, but they zipped through here and left on a trail. Hopefully they don't say anything to anybody. Sorry for the hiccups. I'm going to try to finish this up. I'll get with you guys in just a second. Alright guys, traffic's starting to die down. It's getting cold out. There was a vehicle that was directly on this side of my tent, pulled up down to the creek. I haven't seen them. Yet. I think they left. But yeah, it's getting cold. Traffic is dying down. I think it's a good time to call it a night. Alright guys, see you in the morning. Good morning guys. Crazy night last night. Some more headlights showed up. Somebody pulled up down the bank a little bit. And so I stayed up looking for a second. And then for the last little while, it's just been non-stop traffic. And I live out in the middle of nowhere, really, where there's really not even that many people. And that's what's crazy. But stayed nice and warm. Boone stayed nice and warm. There's our view out our window. The water is nice and brisk, I can imagine. All right. Yep. Not bad. All right. I'll get up and get around here in a minute and we'll get a yummy breakfast going. All right. This is where Those guys came last night. They came down through here, do some hooting and hollering. They came down through this way. I think they were up in here when they were doing all the hooting and hollering. And then I believe somebody came down here and parked with their headlights towards the water down there. Couldn't get a shot of them. All right. Let's go check out this water. Look who showed up at the last second. What are you doing, big boy? All right, guys. So I was on my way back, and I thought, well, we all need to go see the beaver dam. Maybe we can spot a beaver. Well, let's go see if we can spot a beaver. I can see some chewed ends and stuff there. It's way too convenient to just be a pile of debris. Don't see a beaver yet. Let's go down this trail some more and see if we can get some more vantage points. Maybe we'll see them. Well, no beaver, but it sure is pretty back here. Looks like there's a fish in there of some sort. Alright, since we're about out of trail here, I guess we'll head back and get on with it. Pretty foggy. Can't even see the bridge. Barely. Look at the size of this thing. Glad he's on my side. Alright, guys. Let's get this party started here. Let's start off with a little bit of butter. Alright guys, we got something new. You know how I am for new stuff. I'm a sucker when it comes to drinks anyways. We got a ultra red, white, and blue raz. Blue raspberry, I'm guessing. Patriotic. Alright. Let's see if this monster can help give me a little pick-me-up this morning. I can't stand coffee, so gotta have my caffeine somehow. Not bad. Not bad. That's pretty good too. Just a good old foggy morning. The sun back there is gonna clear most of this off pretty quick, I'm sure. So just enjoying it while I'm cooking breakfast. Me and Boone will probably share these. Pretty much everything I make on here is an experiment, considering I've never cooked most things on here. All right. Somebody's being a patient good boy. I don't want to say too loudly, he might come charging. Who's a good boy? Huh? Who's a good boy? Hey, bud. Good boy. You want another one? There you go, bud. Alright, that's all yours. Good stuff? Did you savor it? I don't think so, buddy. Yeah, he looked like he really savored those bites, didn't he, guys? Oh, yeah, this gonna be some good fixings here, guys. Which we gonna enjoy thoroughly. Alright. Let them puppies get good and done in the middle. Alright, start the eggs here in a minute. Alright, guys. I'll call these done here. There we go. I am left-handed, so there we go. If you're gonna do it, you might as well drop the whole thing in there, right? Looks like most of the fog's gone now. It's warmed up quite a bit too, considering where it was at daylight. Try not to fall down in here. The old Barren Fork Creek. Sure is a nice little creek. Some spots are around 20 feet deep. There's some deep holes and stuff. And when the water's up, it's definitely kayakable. You guys saw me kayak the lower part of it to get to the Illinois River. Just peaceful. Alright, we better get back to these eggs. Alright, I smell some burning. Yep, definitely burning. That's okay. Things happen. It'll still be edible. Let's let that cook up for a second. Well, looks like we got one yolk. Tried to save the other one. I think this might be better for scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs are boring, especially when you're out camping. Who agrees with me? Oh yeah. Yep, that looks like there goes the other one. That wasn't meant to be. Alright, we're going to call it right there, guys. Well, here's what we ended up with. Looks like a mess, but I'm sure it'll still go down good. We're going to give some of this to Boone. Almost did it again. Almost forgot one of the best parts. The cheese. Alright. Let that get melty in there. I decided to come down here to the water and have breakfast. Seems like too good of a thing to pass up. Sun is definitely not my friend right now behind us. That's okay. Where there's a will, there's a way. Alright, let's try these burnt eggs. Well, it's not bad. Definitely got some burnt in there. I'm sure there'll be some good parts too. Alright. Looks like I'm going to be a heavy drinker this morning. We got a Electric Blue Monster. We're going to go ahead and give this a try too. I'm sure this is probably blue raspberry as well. I guess I got a thing for blue raspberry. Oh yeah. That's good. That one's really good. Alright guys, let's enjoy this water view and these sounds together. Not too shabby, guys. Not too shabby. Boone likes it too. Good boy. Can anybody tell me what these little red deals are that are floating in the water? I believe it's from the sycamore trees, the little seed pod deals when they come apart. There is a lot of sycamores right here in this area where I'm at. So, tell me if you know for sure. This tent is not a bad tent, guys. The only problem is it's a Temu tent, and not trying to be such a way or anything here, but I think that the Asian people are a little bit shorter maybe than other cultures, and definitely too short, so my feet have to hang out, which the sleeping bag covers it. As long as it's not raining or anything, then I'm good. But last night the zipper broke on the door by my head, so this is probably the last time we'll ever see this tent. Hopefully I can use the tarp shelter from here on out until it starts raining a bunch and I can get a new tent. Once you get this thing up to here, it's pretty easy. It just folds in on itself. And I will say, guys, that I'm a huge fan of getting any kind of oversized bag that you can that'll fit your tents and your sleeping bags and stuff like that. It just makes it getting there so much easier. No unnecessary folding of your tent or your sleeping bag, trying to figure out how they folded it from the factory. There you go. And this doesn't have to be waterproof for me, so just have it like that. We're golden. Let's finish packing up our setup. Well, it's a shame that we didn't get to make a fire last night so we could sit by the fire and enjoy it. You guys could get to see some good views of a campfire. I know it's always nice and relaxing, but I guess it wouldn't be much of a stealth camp. So we still got to enjoy it in other ways, just in the dark. It's kind of hard for you guys to see all that stuff. So yeah, this is my setup for camping pretty much. Like I said, I'm gonna have to get a new tent. That one kind of bit the dust on us. It's okay, I knew it was coming. See if I can show you the road signs across the way over there, and that's where vehicles could definitely see a fire. Try to zoom in for you guys here. just to the right of that pillar. I don't know if you can make it out, but there's a yellow road sign. It's been real. It's been It's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. All right, guys, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. But it's time to go back to civilization. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please like, comment, and subscribe. See you on the next one.